Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
It's Thursday. You know what that means? It's Family Feud Day. And it is also a Dallas bus day, which means we have Dallas Braden for approximately 45 minutes. Where are the A's playing today?
We play in Oakland.
Oh,
that's right.
The Coliseum.
The Collie.
Yeah, who you guys
Soaking
playing?
it up.
The Collie. Playing the Mariners. Shout out Joey Estes yesterday. Don't know if you
I
caught
saw
that
that
ball game.
last night. Oh, you're still playing the Mariners. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't love that. Yep,
Yeah, you went to bed last
top
night
of the
with
zone.
us. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. 102,
Yep.
top of the zone, smell you later. Yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that. I mean, shout out Julio Rodriguez for being able to do it, but.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about Joey Estes carrying the perfect game into the 7th inning. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
I was talking about.
I refuse to acknowledge shit like that. So
that's fine. Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't want to talk about it. So we just won't.
Yeah, we can move right past
there was someone else we constantly blow on the show that got taken deep as well on 100 plus miles an hour. I mean, what the fuck's going on? I think the Shohei home run, I think, was 101. The Mason Miller home run was 102. Like, what are we doing here? What the fuck?
Well, wait, I don't think we're taking an L as a podcast because Shohei hit a homer off of Skenes.
No, God, no. That is if anything, we're responsible for showing. And honestly, we're not responsible. I guess I should reel that in. That's probably a little aggressive.
Come on, Ben.
But we are absolutely banging the drum of this matchup. Have been banging the drum of this matchup. So when it comes to fruition, and you got everything you wanted out of the matchup. Even I did.
Yeah.
Okay, we all got what we wanted, right? And like I'm on both edges of that sword. I love Ohtani, want nothing but great things to happen for that guy, but then he's up against like the savior, right? He's up against fucking Jesus Cristo in Pittsburgh green or gold and black, like in the flesh. So 101, give that to me. Next time up, let it eat. Let's see what we got. But that's the best part. And he acknowledged it after the game, right? And he with his wry chuckle. Like, oh, well, I was, kind of looking at it like it's big on big. I got him the first time. Let's fucking go. Let's get back at it. Punched him out. High cheese. But then Ohtani, dead center. And I didn't even see how high off the wall that ball hit, because I think the replay, it makes it look like it just kind of not barely went over, but kind of just barely eclipsed it. No, that was a fucking tank.
Yeah.
I don't care how basic it makes me. That is the best thing that this sport has to offer, and that was what struck me about it yesterday. Like I don't think you could draw anything cooler, basically, than Skenes blowing 100 to 101 or whatever past Ohtani in the first matchup in 3 pitches, and then Ohtani coming back and fucking parking the shit out of the baseball to center field in the second at bat. Like There are things that will end up being cooler about the 2024 season, but in terms of expectations and hype meeting what actually happened on the field, in terms of forget the game itself, those two people, that was everything yesterday. And it felt like it had the whole baseball world transfixed for that moment. And there just aren't that many moments in a sport that has, people talk about, it's more regional than it is national, whatever. Like, there are very few moments that galvanize the viewing public like it seemed like Skenes versus Ohtani did yesterday.
And think about how hard it is to do that. And think about how much more difficult it is to do that when you do have, and I know the Dodgers are the creme de la creme in terms of West Coast organizations. So there's going to be a few more eyeballs when the Dodgers are spoken about or the Dodgers are in the spotlight. But you have the Los Angeles Dodgers out here on the West Coast playing against a team in Middle America, and that team has not had a ton of highlights to talk about and to capture attention with outside of the emergence of Paul Skenes. And so what do we value in our game? Just from a pitching perspective and from a hitting perspective, we value horsepower, right? Good old American-made horsepower. the muscle car of entertainment. That's what baseball is tapping into when you run out a guy like Shohei Ohtani, who's hitting balls as hard as they've ever been hit because they're being thrown as hard as they've ever been thrown. Not only is he capable of doing both of those things himself, but he's facing a guy who, outside of Mason Miller, we are talking about as one of the purest, most powerful arms in our sport. So when those are put on display like that, Jayhay, you're absolutely right. You're going to be hard pressed to find other matchups like that that keep you glued to your television. Because it wasn't just Skenes Ohtani. He had 2 other MVPs sandwiched around that dude that he was facing off against, right? And was handling very well. So this is exactly what you want to see. And I love the fact that we're getting this. And this just kind of goes back to players playing everywhere at least once, you know? Exciting for, I think, those fans to be able to take in an Ohtani, a Freeman, a Mookie against Jared Jones and Paul Skenes. Like that is top billing in our sport, and we're getting it.
So I think when you sit there and you actually watch the at-bats instead of just the highlights, like pitch by pitch, the first at-bat, Paul Skenes versus Shohei Ohtani, it is all power. It's here's what I got. See if you can do anything with it. But it's not just chucking hundos up there. It was all dotted. The first at bat to Ohtani was all triple digits were all on the black. Second at bat that Ohtani homered, you had him mixing in the slider. You had him missing. I mean, they weren't close misses. The pitches that were outside the zone were well outside the zone. And then he makes one mistake. It was up, but it was out over the plate. And Ohtani just belted it to dead center. And by the way, in that at bat, you had 2 swings and misses on fastballs. So he threw him 6 fastballs. He swung and missed at 5, but that 6th one was the homer to dead center. So even in the at bat where Ohtani homers, you had Paul Skenes getting some swing and miss on heaters that were, I mean, they're 100, they're 101. Like he's not throwing anything soft up there.
And what's impressive about Ohtani as well is, you know, I think left-handers are, for the most part, continuing to evolve. I don't want to say away from being able to attack with great authority the down and in spot. But for Ohtani to be able to get up top on plane with 100 plus and drive it out of the ballpark to center field that's impressive. That is really, really, really impressive. I watched.
And it was the first pitch that Skenes threw to him that wasn't dotted. That was a strike that wasn't on the black, and he homered.
Mm-hmm. Like when I see shit like that, I like think about the Devers homer slider.
Where he's just swatted it. Yeah,
it's a slider. And I said it was down, middle, and maybe even a hair in, maybe even like middle in, starting to go to the middle third. And he hit that ball out of the ballpark over the monster to obviously to left field. And he's left-handed. Like that's just shit that not everybody does. Like there's lefties that can't conceptualize what it's like to hit that pitch in that spot out of the park the other way. All right. Those are rare bird type feats. So to watch Ohtani again, elevate and meet 101 at the top and dispose of it that way is just, it's a fucking freak of nature.
Yeah. I feel like I know Jayhay's answer to this question, but in the rundown, I posed this topic as, is Paul Skenes versus Shohei Ohtani the best showdown that our sport has to offer? I think, you can go and say, Mason Miller versus Aaron Judge. You can put Paul Skenes versus Juan Soto. Like we can mix and match with other guys that are at the top because, by the way, like Twitter, for whatever reason last night, like we're talking about how awesome this was. The response was super combative. Like I said, Paul Skenes just embarrassed Shohei Ohtani on 3 pitches. And then they're like, oh, well, what happened next? What happened next? And it's like, yeah, like I tweeted that too. Like it's fucking awesome that he also homered. Like we're talking about, I hit you with a haymaker and you hit me back with a haymaker. Like give me a fucking second to react to what happened here. Like I have no dog in the, I mean, I love both players. Like we blow both of them quite constantly on this show. But I just thought that if we were to kind of hand pick one pitcher, one hitter, we put him in a cage, like who's the ultimate matchup? And was it Shohei versus Paul Skenes last night? Did we just see it?
I think from a starting perspective, yes. From a starting pitcher's perspective, yes. Like when you talk about give me one lineup against one guy and then taking one dude out of that lineup and saying, all right, I want this dude against your dude. Who are those guys? And it's not Mookie and it's not Freddie. It is absolutely Shohei Ohtani. And when we're talking about starting pitching arms and starting pitching talent with the hype surrounding it right now, it is Paul Skenes. That is the answer. That will always be the answer until somebody else shows up and starts doing what this motherfucker's doing. Because outside of Paul Skenes, the next best matchup is Shohei Ohtani against Mason Miller. That's what I want to see. That kind of, again, raw horsepower.
Why not Judge or Soto? Why not Judge or Soto?
We've been there.
Versus Skenes?
We know. Oh, no, I was talking. I thought you were asking about Miller.
Yeah, no. We've been there and we saw what that looks like, and that didn't go so well for the Yankees. But I feel like, in fairness, Dallas, more so Judge. Like Soto's been great all year, but Aaron Judge has leveled up since he saw Mason Miller the first time.
So absolutely. And so think about what I was just talking about last podcast yesterday, which was about the barrel rate per batted ball event and how Aaron Judge is 10% greater essentially than everybody else.
Soto.
And the next best hitter is Soto at 20%. So now we're talking about, hey, you want to see some loud noise? You want to see some fucking damage? Like these two dudes could very well be the biggest challenge for Paul Skenes when you're talking about their ability to get the barrel of the bat to the ball consistently and what that could look like and who provides or presents one of the bigger challenges in Paul Skenes. That right there is also top billing. No doubt. No doubt.
So the Yankees must play the Pirates at some point. When the fuck do they play each other? Where the hell are the Pirates on their schedule? Oh, the fucking last series of the season.
Wow, dramatic.
The literal last series of the season is when I don't know. I mean, who knows if they're gonna like shut Skenes down by then? Who knows?
That's what I was just thinking as soon as you said
that.
That's brutal.
Classic.
They might either shut him down or I mean, like they're gonna be like the Yankees are gonna be resting their guys by that point, or they're gonna be non-competitive at bats because they're just like, like we just won the division by 10 games. No disrespect to the Orioles. The series before that, the second to last series for the Yankees is against the Orioles, so maybe that has some impact.
So what we need is the Pirates to just go on a little bit of a run at the right time and force the organization to have to entertain keeping Paul Skenes in the rotation.
Yeah, maybe.
No, we're going to the postseason based on how shit's going. So you can't sit him down. He's not going to be shut down. No. That's what I want to happen.
Right. Yeah. They're 3 games under 500. 3 games under 500. Where does that get them in the wild card, though? They're a game out, Dallas. They're a game out of a wild card spot. They're tied with the Giants, and then they've got the Cardinals and Padres in front of them. So, I mean, it can be done, especially when you've got Skenes is here and Jones is here. Like, they just need to get, I would like to see them be aggressive at the deadline for some offense.
Well, they just called Henry Davis back up. He said he made some adjustments. I don't know how much fruit that's gonna bear right now. We'll take it. We'll see. But
was he a 1-1?
Yeah.
I mean,
he was a 1-1 in the 20 draft.
Yeah, I think you need the hope with Henry Davis is that he keeps his head above water and not that he's necessarily infusing your lineup
the savior
with a jolt of offense, given how poor he was in his previous. I mean, we're talking about whether Skenes will still be pitching when they play the Yankees. I think the other thing that the Pirates are going to have to face is whether Jared Jones is still pitching when they play the Yankees, because he had 126 and a third innings last year between Double and Triple A. So he's going to zoom right by that. He's at 69 and a third right now.
So you're thinking maybe 70 more innings, maybe 80 more innings, somewhere around there for Jared Jones. Who knows how far they want to extend him, Jayhay, but that's where we're talking.
I mean, a game out of a playoff spot. Are you talking about managing innings and workload, or are you talking about making it to the postseason?
I'm being totally honest right now. If I'm the Pittsburgh Pirates, well, I fucking do. And if I'm the Pittsburgh Pirates and I am at that point in time, what better way to grow these dudes? What better way to allow them to evolve and grow into who you want them to be than to give them this experience that they have clearly earned? Because if we're having that conversation at that point in time, who's it about? Who's it about? It's not about how Andrew McCutchen and Connor Joe have shouldered the offensive load and swung the Pirates into wildcard contention. That's not going to be the conversation. I would love for that to be a part of it, but a lot of it's going to have to do with the work being done on the mound by Paul Skenes, Jared Jones and company. Like that's just the way this goes. So
there's got to be a way to shut that off on your fucking thing. But you also just like, for a non-Italian guy, you talk with your hands a lot. So every time you move your fucking hands, you're gonna get the thumbs up and the explosions and all kinds of shit. Like it's a you thing.
It's a show, is what it is.
Sit still.
It's a fucking show. I can't sit still.
This guy can't fucking sit still.
So that's where that conversation needs to go.
Yeah. I just,
you want fireworks? You're gonna need to have that conversation.
Gonna need to have that conversation.
Listen,
but yeah, I'm not holding out hope that we're gonna see Skenes versus Judge and Soto in the last series of the season.
The bottom line here is that if you were being combative about the idea that Skenes versus Ohtani is the best thing that this sport has to offer, or best pitcher batter matchup, you're just being argumentative, because yes, people can get equally excited about the idea of him facing Aaron Judge, or the combination of Judge and Soto, which we just outlined is maybe very unlikely to happen anyway, which would make Ohtani the best thing. And it's just like, we all know this is awesome. And part of the deal is that when things are massively hyped and they meet, you are more interested in how that's going to turn out than when things aren't hyped. And that's just how it works. Like, it's not a disrespect to Jared Jones and what he's able to accomplish. It's not a disrespect to, oh, well, have you seen what Ranger Suarez has done? Yes, I have seen what Ranger Suarez has done. It's not as exciting. It's just not on a individual granular matchup level. Okay. That doesn't mean Suarez can't win the Cy Young. Doesn't mean that he's not more likely to win the Cy Young, or whoever, fill in the blank. It's that this is a new toy. We haven't seen Paul Skenes for years. His stuff is arguably never going to be better than it is right now. And Shohei's the biggest star in the sport, indisputably. It's not that it's not everything needs to be argued.
Well, think about, I mean, didn't the Dodgers, oh no, they weren't in LA. They were, that was the Yankees that were in San Francisco. But did we hear anything about the potential Jordan Hicks, Aaron Judge matchup? Was that blown up?
No.
Why not? Jordan Hicks throws 104. Used to.
We've seen it. We haven't seen that. I can't recall that particular matchup ever taking place, but I think we've just seen Jordan Hicks.
So why not the top billing there with that matchup? Jordan Hicks, pretty electric shit. Aaron Judge, still part of that. Still the plus side of that matchup there. So that's there's just a difference. There's just a difference.
This is a conversation for another day, but I think you can make a credible case that Paul Skenes may be the most important pitching prospect and or pitcher to come into Major League Baseball in our lifetime, for a wide variety of reasons, and reasons that we've discussed on this podcast at length about the state of starting pitching and his fame level relative to pitchers that have come into the sport recently. I think it's this is a flashbulb moment for Major League Baseball, I think, and Paul Skenes. And I just think that needs to be appreciated a little bit when it comes to the hype around him and why people pay so much attention.
Yes. I think there's still some room to have Steven Strasburg in that conversation just because of how he was coming into the limelight, and like this is a starting pitcher dominating the way he is, the way we saw.
But the
Paul
state of
Skenes
starting
do.
pitching wasn't so dire like it is right now. We weren't having off-season conversations about who is there ever going to be a 200-game winner again? Is there ever going to be a horse-type pitcher again? And like, we'll see what his usage looks like. But I think for lots of reasons, Paul Skenes could fit that billing, and he's got a presence in terms of media impact that I just don't think any pitcher in the game currently has or has had, maybe in this era of social media and like media landscape. So,
all right. Actually, we got to talk a little bit about the C's tonight, Jake. Time has come. But the MLB season is in full swing, and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. We have a promo going right now with Underdog Fantasy in regards to the finals taking place tonight between the C's and the Mavs. Each game of the finals, one player will be dimed for every assist that the dimed player totals in their game. 1 point will be discounted from their points projection the following game. Right now, it is a higher or a lower 5.5 assists for Jason Tatum in game 1 of the NBA finals tonight. Jake, do you have a prediction for this series?
I got the Celtics in a sweep, but I definitely have Tatum over assist tonight, and then I'll be hitting his higher in game 2 for the point total.
Okay. Dallas, you both are basketball guys. What's your read on this NBA finals?
I really want. I think both teams are going to play really hard, and I just want the fans to have fun, Jared.
Okay.
This is see the hat that I'm wearing? Me and Rob Lowe just want both teams to have fun and want the fans to have a good time. That's right. Me and Rob Lowe, former teammates. Yeah, go Mavs.
Me too. Go Mavs. The fuck's your problem, dude?
Because the longer like I told you, the airplane situation, like I just,
What airplane situation? What are you talking about?
We fly the Dallas Mavericks airplane.
Oh, yeah. Jayhay, what are your thoughts on the finals?
I am really, really excited for it. I think it has the potential to be an outstanding NBA finals. I think it feels like a fresh matchup. I think the promos Underdog has going on, particularly that Tatum one, are super sexy. But I'm riding with the Mavs. I think that Luka is matchup proof. That's what I'm banking on in that regard. I think it's going to go 7 games, but I am going to ride with the best player over the better team.
So you're an asshole, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people say that. Yeah.
Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That is JARED to get up to $250 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. We have 20 minutes left. So I just really quickly wanted to hit on this one topic before we get into Family Feud. That would be Jordan Montgomery was booed off the mound yesterday after I believe the line was something like 6 runs in 2 innings, something like that. The ERA is about 6 3/4 at this point. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about Diamondbacks fans? First of all, having high standards. Love that. Love that for them. You know, you get to the World Series and you're like, fuck, man, we go out and spend money on guys like Eddie Rodriguez, who's been hurt. We spend money on Jordan Montgomery, who sucks. I respect the passion that D-backs fans have and the expectations that they have for their team this year. Corbin Carroll's let them down a little bit, big time. But Jordan Montgomery getting booed off the mound. What's our take on that? Is this a Scott Boras thing?
Well, that's where I start. That's where I start. Is there any mystery that the guys who got a late start to the season are having extremely rocky goes right now? Like Blake Snell?
No.
I was thinking about this. I don't know what the line is, and I don't know how you determine it. I mean, I've got an idea, maybe, but how many meaningful starts at this point is Blake Snell going to make for the San Francisco Giants this year? Meaningful starts. Like, where do we think the Giants are going to be at when it comes to the wild card conversation? And, you know, are they going to be in the thick of it? Are they going to be like a fringe team at the bottom of that wild card race? So are they going to be a fourth or fifth team in the wild card picture trying to sneak in through the basement? Yeah. And if so, well, then I guess you could consider all of those games still meaningful up until that point. But where does Blake Snell factor into that? Because we're not going to see him again until after the All-Star break. So if that's the case, how long after the All-Star break, and what does the picture look like then? So if he's going to make 15 more starts this year, how many?
I had 12 in my head.
How many of those are going to be meaningful?
I don't think the Giants are just going to fall off.
No, but that's why I'm posing the question though, is if you're not going to get him back until after the All-Star break, what do they do in the interim, and what does it look like when he comes back? Because I mean, could they still?
I don't think that he just magically is better once he gets back either. So, but the thing about the Giants is that they are a very mediocre team this year, but their competition in that wild card picture also painfully mediocre. Like, I don't think that there's a team amongst them that they're competing with for that, fringe wild card spot that is demonstrably better than them to be able to be like, yeah, like in the second half, this team is going to get hot and blow right past them. I think that it's just going to be a handful of mediocre teams, and it's going to be a lottery. Which one comes out on top? I don't know. The one that's slightly less mediocre than the others.
I do think as it relates to the Diamondbacks, though, and the Montgomery situation, there is some unique elements in play there, in the sense that, like, this is a team that came in with renewed expectations coming off of a World Series appearance. To your point, they spent money. This guy has not delivered at all. He drew a lot of attention in his free agency for how it played out with Boras, to your guys' point. And you're also talking about a fan base that I think is not just frustrated with Jordan Montgomery, but is frustrated with the overall play of the team, given those expectations. It's been a very mediocre season for this team. Zach Gallen is currently hurt. Corbin Carroll, who was the shining star of this organization, has been not just bad, but like alarmingly, troublingly bad. And we're also talking about a team that has the largest year-over-year attendance increase of any team in Major League Baseball this year, is the Diamondbacks. And so you have a team that maybe didn't show up in the way that you would think necessarily for a team that ended up having World Series success last season. They come in very excited about the team. They are showing up for the team, and it's generally been a very mediocre product to this point. Jordan Montgomery absorbed the boos. His quote afterwards was, "Yeah, I feel like shit," basically. And it's not all his fault, but he was their biggest expenditure. And that's kind of the territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it provides a great opportunity for the fans and the franchise to grow together and take another step in their relationship of performance and demand. The give and take that is performance and demand in the relationship between fan and player. I think this is a wonderful opportunity for the fans and the franchise as a whole to just really lock hands, squeeze a little tighter, and just take that relationship to the next level. Because if you have that level of expectation as a player, you like that. You appreciate that. You appreciate having a level of accountability come from the fan base because it shows you as a player that these people are invested far beyond just buying a ticket and distracting themselves for a few hours. Like they give a damn. They care that you have a 2-strike approach. They care that you bounce a breaking ball 0-2, 1-2, and you don't just leave a heater middle to get shit on. They care about these things. And players, they want to be able to show the fans that they appreciate that. So what do you got to do? You got to perform. You got to be honest. Montgomery tells you, I pissed down my leg. It's terrible. I hated it. I got fucking 4 days to get shit right. I'll see you on the 5th. You guys ready? Are you riding with me? So that's what I want to see happen here in Arizona.
Yeah, well, serves him right for throwing a dig at the Red Sox, even though he never like publicly said it. It came from John Heyman, who's a Scott Boras puppet, but he did say like I had no interest in signing with the Red Sox because I wanted to be on a team that wins, and the D-backs have a worse record than the Red Sox. So go fuck yourself.
Yikes! Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and he sucks. So
hopefully, neither of you guys are ready to piss down your legs.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's time for the feud.
Oh. All right.
Wow, welcome back to Baseball is Dead Family Feud Fast Money. I'm your man, Justin Havens. All right, so Jake, are you cool with writing down the point totals?
Yeah,
I can just read the questions.
Yep, that works.
Because I think that solves Dallas. Behind this little peek under the behind the curtain for everybody, Dallas was it was real ugly before the podcast. It was, the questions aren't being read fast enough. That's why we didn't win last week, and so.
Well, you got fucking Jayhay over here in his smoking vest and sip of brand. And so we asked 100 people this question.
Gosh, it's crazy.
Get his ass, Dallas.
What we'd like to evaluate is whether or not fucking land the plane.
Oh, right.
Save it, geek.
You telling me to land the plane? I'll fuck you up, dude. All right. Who's going first? I forgot what we decided from last week.
That's me.
Okay. Dallas.
Who went first last time? Did I go first last time?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? We're flip-flopping?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I mean, we're trying to fucking win is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, last time you guys didn't win. Good reminder. We got a great batch of questions with some great answers this week. So I'm really excited for you guys to participate. Dallas, take that headset off, baby.
Only one of us has
take them
done
yeah,
this
been
all
on the
of us.
show. We know. Christ.
yeah.
Shout out Ross
Yeah, no, you're the
Stripling.
best.
I know.
Right. Alex Wood.
Yeah, I told you. He hasn't done a told you so yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's coming though.
Dude, there's no way.
It'll come. Yeah, it'll come after.
It's a
this.
DiMaggio-esque streak in the 2024 season for I told you so.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, you ready?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
All right. Question 1. Measured in years, how long will Juan Soto's free agent contract be this offseason?
15 years.
In what year will the White Sox next achieve a 500 or better record?
2030.
He has 2 MVPs now. By the end of his career, how many total MVPs will Shohei Ohtani have?
4.
If Jared had 10 at-bats against Dallas in 2024, how many hits is he getting?
4.
Who is the greatest catcher of all time?
Johnny Bench.
Good job.
We got a point total of 95.
Ooh, this is extremely dramatic.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
I feel like Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
Johnny Bench saved. Well, didn't save your ass, but that's a lot of points right there.
Okay. I feel like Johnny Bench was the answer that I wouldn't have gotten a lot of points.
Oh man, this is great. I love the drama. I think we'll see what the point totals were exactly. I think you did pretty decent job.
Hello?
Hey, Dallas. Welcome back.
Oh, nice.
All right. We are set up for...
How'd we do? What do I...
We're set up for some real a teamwork effort here. Really could be a nice 50-50 split. Jared got almost halfway there. 95 points.
Come on, kid.
Well, listen, Dallas, some of the questions are very subjective.
Yeah, they're not obvious. So you're going to have to earn...
Did they fuck us again or no? Am I going to have to pander?
See, like that's like the fucking tactic is like pandering. It's like, oh, like, am I answering what should be the answer? Or am I answering what I think these fucking people voted? It's
yes, that is Family Feud. That's literally the game.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready, Dallas?
We'll find out.
Okay. Measured in years, how long will Juan Soto's free agent contract be this offseason?
12 years.
In what year will the White Sox next achieve a 500 or better record?
2030. Fuck! 2028.
He has 2 MVPs now. By the end of his career, how many total MVPs will Shohei Ohtani have?
4. 5. Fuck. 5.
If Jared had 10 at-bats against Dallas in 2024, how many hits is he getting?
0. Fucking
Who is
0.
the greatest catcher of all time?
Josh Gibson.
0. Like, that's a pandering answer.
That is a pandering answer, but, you know.
I faced him in 2021.
Hold on, we need to add up some numbers here.
I'm bigger and more experienced now.
Jake,
that's 0 is the wrong answer.
Jake, what?
But I mean, the voters probably fucking answered the wrong answer too.
I'm gonna just assume you have the right number, so just go ahead.
I got the right number. Dallas put up 124 points, and that gets it done.
Let's fucking go!
Wow, that's awesome. That's the best feud yet. That was awesome. Let's do it. Are we ready? Congratulations, boys. Real team effort. Thank you. Real. All right. Question 1. Measured in years, how long will Juan Soto's free agent contract be? I believe, Jared, you answered 15 years, correct? That was tied for the 5th best answer. There was a nice spread here. That got you 8 points. Dallas, you ended up saying 12, right?
Correct.
Number 1 answer, 29 points. 12, 14, 10, and 8 were the top 4 results. In what year will the White Sox next achieve a better 500 or better record? You both tried for 2030. That was the 4th most common answer with 9 points. Dallas did a nice pivot. So some good under panic work from Dallas. 2028, that was 25 points, the number 2 answer. 2027 got 27 points. 2027, 28, 29, 30 were the 4 most common answers. He has 2 MVPs now. By the end of his career, how many total MVPs will Shohei Ohtani have? The number 1 answer was 5, 39. The number 2 answer was 4, 27. Number 3 was 6 MVPs with 20. And then 3 got you 7 points. So you guys came through with the 2 best answers in the Ohtani category. So good for you. That was arguably what won it for you. If Jared had 10 at-bats against Dallas in 2024, how many hits is he getting? Jared had himself as a 400 hitter. That was good for 6 points. With the 6th most common answer, 0 hits was the number 1 answer. So pandering or not, the 0 hits answer
this is
delivered.
Not true. It's a pandering answer.
Hey, what was the total points?
Hey,
it was 95
we can do this. We can do this.
Yes, we can.
Let's do this in Dallas for the All-Star game. We will do wood bat, baseball, real diamond, and if I'm taking the over on half a hit, what say you, Dallas?
I I'll tell you that I'm recovering from massive shoulder surgery where I had a ligament.
Why is the
from a
answer
bone.
0? Clearly, I would get a fucking hit.
I can't throw a fucking ball, guy.
That's why the answer isn't 0. No. It was specifically if Jared faced Dallas in 2024, given the fact that he has shoulder surgery,
right.
How many hits is he going to get? It was probably more than 4. It's probably fucking 10. I would go 10 for 10.
10 would have gotten you 10 would have gotten you 5 points.
Yeah.
You just, I know that you don't want to swallow that reality pill, but it is what it is. It's over. It's a goose egg, bud. That's what it would be.
Given the circumstances that exist right now, you think I would go over 10 with you throwing fucking 35 miles an hour to me?
It's a goose egg. Ephus.
All right, then we'll find out. We'll find out in Dallas.
Will.
We'll put $5,000 on the line.
You know
All
what?
I need to do is get one hit.
Just
in 10
over a
tries.
month from now,
I'll face you right-handed.
All right. All right. $5,000.
I'll write the $5,000 check just as soon as you and Jayhay get me my jerseys for that last bet about.
Oh God!
I knew you were going to do that eventually. That's disgusting.
Yeah, there's no jersey bet. Nope.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Ollie Marmol
The
still
Dallas
hangs
Braden
over
challenge. I just need to get one hit and 10 at bats. Done.
Who is the greatest catcher of all time? Johnny Bench. Jared delivered with 45 points. That was overwhelmingly the number one answer. Yadi Molina, Yogi Berra, each had 9. Josh Gibson got 4 points. So Dallas actually had already achieved the victory for the team by the time this question came around. But Gibson added 4 points at the end. So,
which is why, come on. I mean, how does Josh Gibson enter the fray the way he has statistically and does not skyrocket to the top of that list?
I mean, if you want to make a statistical case for Josh Gibson as the best catcher, I'm sure that there'd be lots of people receptive to that idea. Certainly me. But this is Family Feud. So the whole idea is that you are polling a large sample of people and that their answers are reflective of that sample and not necessarily the objectively correct answer, according to your opinion. Yeah.
Don't ever.
No, I am going to. Wait, have you been on the show?
Don't ever lose sight of who the fucking record holder for that game is. Yeah, I don't need to be feud-splained.
I'm going to humble you, son. Moving forward.
Am the truth. I am the light. I am all that is Feud.
Wow.
You have to go, right?
Yeah, I do. I got shit to do.
You have to go, right? Wow.
I got shit to do. Unlike you two fucking losers, I got a job. I got shit to go do.
I have a job.
Gotta go call a major league broadcast right now. Major league team. That's true.
We fly somebody else's plane, but it's badass.
I don't fly it. I'm just on it.
No, I know you don't fly it.
Fuck. Jeez, Jay. Clean it up.
All right. Good luck to you guys today.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Rubber match. Wow.
I don't know. The hell is all that clicking?
I'm going.
Bye, Dallas. All right. That's Family Feud. We did it.
You did.
We did it. Jayhay, you got some nugs. Actually, you know what? Can you tell us a little bit about Magic Spoon before we get into some nugs?
Sure can. You know, I love to. I've talked a lot about growing up. Cereal is one of my favorite things in the world. It's one of the fundamental parts about being a kid, having a nice bowl of cereal before I hit the road for school. So I walked uphill both ways. But as I got older, I had to watch out for sugar and empty carbs. A lot of us do. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but high protein and less sugar. They've got a variety pack. Those 4 flavors are cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. This pack has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs, and only 140 calories a serving. It's high protein, has 0 grams of sugar, is keto friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, and soy-free. My favorite flavor As I believe I've said before, it remains true. It's fruity. Go to magicspoon.com/baseball to grab a variety pack and try it today. That's the variety pack I just mentioned. Cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. And be sure to use our promo code BASEBALL at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money and they won't ask any questions. Remember, start your day off right with a delicious bowl of high-protein cereal at magicspoon.com/baseball and use the code BASEBALL, that's BASEBALL, to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode.
I finally had to do it. I muted the conversation on the Shohei Ohtani, Paul Skenes tweet. I'm just tired of...
wow, it got that bad for you?
It's not that it got bad. It's just annoying when people are like, yeah, but what happened the next at bat?
Yeah.
What happened the next at bat? I'm like, I tweeted the home run too.
Yep.
I tweeted the home run. I saw it. Yep. I was watching the game. Saw both things that happened. Yep. Can't tweet about the home run when you tweet about the strikeout first because it didn't happen yet at the time. That's why there's another tweet.
Yep. That's how it goes, man.
Check that out.
That's how it goes.
That is how time works, baby. You know it. You have a thought there?
About how time works? Got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
It moves too fast.
Hit me with it.
First and foremost.
That's true. I agree.
Especially when you're having fun.
And we do have a lot of fun here.
Yeah, man. The time flies every single episode here. Except for sometimes when Dallas gets going. But, we're all on the same page there. Wink, wink, now that he's off.
100%. Yeah. Listeners, they all know.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Told you so.
Speaking of fun,
Mhm.
this All-Star trip is shaping up to be something special when we're going to have the Underdog Baseball Podcast Content House, where we're going to take all the folks from Section 10, dump them in the same house as the Baseball is Dead folks. And we're looking at Airbnbs this morning. I mean, I'm just going to say it's the one that I picked. That's the one.
Oh,
were you in agreement?
Yeah, and that request or preference has already been passed along. So I think that's the direction things are headed.
Did you, Jake, happen to look at the house suggestions this morning?
I did. They sent 3 pretty viable options, but I think you're correct in saying number 1 is for sure the best option.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Rodney from Survivor. This one has an awesome jacuzzi. And we are going to be making lots of content while we're there at the All-Star game. I don't know that we've selected a location yet for if we're like when we're going to do like an All-Star game kind of like watch party type deal. Do we know where that's going to be, Jake?
We don't know that yet. We'll probably have an update for you guys on Monday.
Where is it? Let me see. They kind of have like what was that? Something live, whatever the fuck that we did in Atlanta.
Live at the Battery.
Yeah, I think they have something similar to that in Dallas. Texas Live. That's what it's called. We got to target that place. Jake, book Texas Live. That's where I want to do it. It's right next to the ballpark. We had a suggestion that's where we should do it. I was like, that makes sense to me. It's very close to the ballpark. We're going to be right in the shit. That's where I want to do it.
That sounds great.
Can't promise it. Don't know if they want us there. We don't know. But,
All right. About the content house.
Mm-hmm.
I got to say I'm excited because it'll be the first time I've ever spent extended amounts of time around, Tyler or Steve or anybody who shows up from the Section 10, really. I haven't spent time around Coley since we were in the office together.
I'm hoping that Tyler can make it. I don't know. His day job might prevent him from going, which would suck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
makes sense.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff.
I hope he can do it.
All right, some Nuggs.
Yeah. Some Nuggs,
All right.
please.
Back-to-back Red Sox Nuggs from yesterday. There are 4 instances by Red Sox pitchers of starts of 7 innings pitched, 0 runs, and 1 hit allowed against an NL opponent. And Nick Pivetta accounts for half of them. The others are Daisuke Matsuzaka in 2010 and David Wells in 2005. Rafael Devers had his 17th career multi-homer game yesterday. That is the second most multi-homer games through the age 27 season, which he's currently in right now in Red Sox franchise history, behind only Jim Rice, who had 23 such games. He was tied with Mookie Betts prior to yesterday. Mookie had 16 games, so breaks that tie. Luis Severino continues his renaissance season for the Mets. Great trade target there for all accounts. First Mets pitcher since Justin Verlander on May 21st last season with start of 8 innings, 1 run, and 0 walks. I got a request to shed some light on the White Sox shittiness. So I'm very happy to do that. I know there's been a lot of context already provided about their pace record-wise. Let's go a different direction, shall we? The team's current on-base percentage would be the lowest single-season on-base percentage by any team in Major League Baseball since the 1910 White Sox. 1910. The only instance of a single-season team on-base percentage being below 280 in the live ball era is the 1965 Mets, who had a 277 on-base percentage. So this team is not just bad amongst 2024 teams. It's literally inept historically as it's relating to getting on base. The team's current slugging percentage would be the lowest single season slugging by any team in Major League Baseball since the 1986 Cardinals. It would be the lowest by any team in the American League since the 81 Blue Jays 4 decades ago. The team's current 610 OPS would be the lowest single-season OPS by any team in Major League Baseball since the Rangers in 1972. The team's current mark of 2.92 runs per game would be the fewest by any team in Major League Baseball since the 1969 Padres. The team's current starting rotation ERA of 5.15 would be the franchise's worst mark since only 2019. They would be the 3rd team in the last decade to be both the worst in Major League Baseball by runs per game and the worst by defensive runs saved. So bad in offense and bad in defense, joining last year's A's and the 2019 Tigers. And the White Sox offense has produced negative 2.9 FWAR this season, which would be the worst single season offensive performance since the 1998 Twins. So hope that sheds some light on how bad the White Sox are.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Red Sox have a 4-game series against them starting tonight. So
got to win at least
nervous. I predicted a 17 strikeout no-hitter for Garrett Crochet, though.
Whoa.
Well, that's what it's going to take, I think. And the Red Sox have also struggled against frontline left-handed ace pitchers. Chris Sale, 10 strikeouts. Max Fried, 13 strikeouts. So I got Garrett Crochet. What's his strikeouts per 9 is like 12. So I think it's
he's got
I think it's
the
gonna be
highest or second highest strikeout.
I got a no-hitter.
Yeah, he's got either the highest or second highest strikeout rate in the league, I think, among starting pitchers.
That would make sense. Yeah. Okay. Any matchups that you like this weekend?
I mean, it's a better slate than it was. I feel like the last time we did this overall, league wide.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Orioles
interested.
Rays could be okay. I mean, the Rays are playing better baseball.
I mean, Dodgers Yankees.
Oh,
is the
Yankees
headliner,
Dodgers.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dodgers Yankees will be good.
I mean, Mariners Royals has some level of potential.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Dodgers, Yankees will be locked in on that. All right. Final thoughts, Jayhay?
No, man. I mean, other than, you kind of said it for me. I'm really excited about the All-Star plans as we're starting to talk about them. I think it's going to be a unique opportunity that this group of people has not been afforded in terms of on-the-ground content generation in our time together. So I think it could be quite a bit of fun. And the fact that it'll be Baseball is Dead and Section 10 together, I think will only add to it. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And we'll see how the details shake out.
Jake's takes?
Let's just fucking go Celtics. I'm just so hungry for a championship, and the Red Sox obviously aren't bringing me one anytime soon. So really need them to pull through here.
Yeah. Jake's starving. Get this man a championship, for fuck's sake.
Honestly.
Come on. Can't have another finals loss. Cannot have another one. Can't come up short again after what happened 2 years ago.
No.
So, all right. Go Celtics. Enjoy your weekend of baseball, and we will see you right back here on Monday for more Baseball is Dead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube, and we will have Baseball is Dead merch very, 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 very soon. I know you guys have been asking. It's coming, so be patient, and that should be something that we see in the next coming weeks here. So thank you for your support, and we'll see you on Monday.
We go.